Everybody, this is Matt and Adam, and I wanted to talk today about this thing I heard where people can like steal. They come outside and then they like steal your information, and you go, "Hey, can I get that information back?" And what do they say, Adam?
Give us Bitcoins.
They actually want bitcoins for taking your money. So we're gonna dive deeper into that right now. Is that right?
That's what we're going to talk about.
Okay, so let's take a step back. So basically, you got a company and you're putting all your stuff in your server or some file somewhere, and it's important
hmm
who gets paid, or a lot of times it's like the QuickBooks stuff, and it's all
hmm
being put somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's all your company data, your spreadsheets, your could be your payroll, client lists, proprietary information, all your data.
And it might be stuff that's proprietary. It could also be stuff about other people that's proprietary, right?
Yeah, like in a medical office, they could have patient records, social
Perfect.
security numbers, and so on.
All those things. So you put it somewhere, and then some guy. And is it a dude or is it a guy with a program or like what is it? Who is this guy?
Well, the, are you talking about the program or what makes it happen or how it happens?
Well,
Because usually,
like
usually how it happens is somebody inside your
stop.
company.
I just want to say this.
Okay.
We all think it's like a dude that's like in his mom's basement. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get in. Boop, I got in. Wait, boop, 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 and then you see there's always this bar that goes do 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 100%. We're in like Mission Impossible hacker style. Is it like that?
Mhm. No, that's Hollywood.
What is it like?
Well, it really ranges. These programs that are commonly called ransomware or crypto, they can range from state-sponsored hacking, like North Korea, all the way down to people can go online and buy these programs for very little money and attack a business. So it's actually fairly easy for somebody to do if they want.
Now I know this is a little like off the topic, but isn't it funny like when a hacker dude wants to buy a program to go hack people and then he buys it from a dude and it turns out it's just Candy Crush and he's like, "Oh, you got me." And he's like, "We got you, but you were going to get other people. There's no honor among thieves." So it's like that,
It's
right? I'm going to get
something
everybody.
like
Oh,
that.
it's Candy Crush.
Yeah.
All right. So
But
anyway, he
I
buys
think it
something. Go ahead.
Sure. Well, I was just saying it probably makes less sense to worry about how it comes about and probably how more to,
These are
I
the
would say
things that interest me. They interest me. Who
that's fair.
I got the
That's
Candy
fair.
Crush. All right, so he's out, and now somehow it's zapping out into your network, right?
hmm
And let's say you got the schlepadoodle IT guy, and he
hmm
leaves room, and we've probably either have done or will do how to close all the ports, right? No port of entry.
hmm
But let's say in this broadcast, we're just talking about
hmm
what happens once they do. So they get in, and they
hmm
get in your information. Then what happens?
So typically how this comes about is somebody inside your company will mistakenly or unknowingly download a file and run it. And what happens is that file goes out on your network and it scans for all the files that that person can access and it starts encrypting them, meaning it scrambles them and you need a very complicated password to unscramble them.
So
And
when you
that's
say
what
it
they.
scrambles it, like let's say I got a Word document and it's
Mhm,
my birth certificate .docx, right,
mhm.
which is a standard
Yeah.
Microsoft Word. What would that file actually look like?
So the file name stays the same. It's still
Okay.
my birth certificate.docx. And you're like, oh, great. So you double click on it and Microsoft Word opens up and it says error, cannot read this file. And then you start checking your next files and none of them will open.
Got it. And so then you're like, how do I get this stuff?
Right. So and typically what happens is in that folder, you'll see at the bottom decrypt instructions. And that's a brand new file. You'll
Um,
double click that.
what's that? Click, click,
Yeah.
clink.
Yep. It opens up and it'll
Do
say
they
go
do?
to this
Do the hackers
website.
do animation like? Just asking.
Uh, I have personally not seen that. I'm sure it does exist out there.
All right, so it says, "Hey, you lost the file,
Yeah.
and we
It
got it."
says, right, we have encrypted your network. If
Mhm.
you want your data back, it's going to cost you.
Wow. So then, what do you do to get it back?
Well, typically the first thing that I recommend is, I mean, there's certainly stuff, and we can go back to what you can do in advance of this to help prevent it. But once it's happened, you really need to contact your IT company right away. One of the very first things that they'll do is they'll typically shut all your servers down because they need to stop it in its tracks.
If they have.
If they have, yeah, if they can. The problem there is it brings your business to a screeching halt, but it stops the damage.
It's kind of like if there's a virus, you either let the virus spread or you got to quarantine the servers.
Yeah, and the servers just stay at home.
And
I
the
guess
servers don't get a stimulus check, do they?
they do not. They
we?
do not get a stimulus check.
Where's Not mine. Anyway, sorry, back to you.
Yeah.
So that now you potentially don't have a business running because you're trying to keep your servers from getting the cove, and then at the same time, you have encrypted files, and then it says for you to get those files, you have to go on a website, right, or something.
That's correct. So you'll go to a website which is hosted by these groups, and the challenge here is it'll say, okay, input this specific number that's in that file, and we want you to send us digital currency, usually
and the hook
Bitcoin.
With digital currency, just so I understand, is I can give it to somebody and not know who they are, and it's a valid transaction, so I don't know that you got my money.
You can ensure that they've received it, but the thing with digital currency is there's no way to undo it.
No. But what I mean is I don't know who you are. So you got my money.
Correct.
I can't take you to jail because I don't know who. It's not like I'm giving you cash in your face, whoever that hacker guy's face is.
Yep.
I'm guessing he wears a fedora and lives with his mom, but that's fine.
That is potentially true.
I have a fedora. Anyway, the point is, so the money is anonymous, and the problem I've heard is that they may or may not give you your stuff back.
That is correct. In my experience, it's typically a 50-50 chance that they get their. Yes. Yeah. Sometimes they will give you that back. Sometimes they won't. And it's really just a.
Yes.
50-50 chance.
50-50.
That somebody
all right.
just.
No, it's good. 50-50 chance, and when we do a video together, we may or may not be in a room.
We have some special guests.
We're humans, and we're on a lockdown. All right. So, what else do you want to say about this? Is that enough? Because I think we should do another thing about how to get it back. Because right now we're at the, this is what it means. It means somebody took your stuff, they scramble all your stuff, you go to a website, you got a 50-50 shot at getting it back. Why don't we end it here, and then we can do another video to talk about what we can do to prevent it. Because really, there's nothing more, right? 50-50, flip a coin. I just lost $1,000.
That's right. And typically, the longer you wait, that amount doubles. Like every 12 hours, every 6 hours.
With Liam Neeson. What's that movie? Oh, I forgot. You don't like movies. You know, Taken, where he's like,
Taken?
Tomorrow will be 2,000, 4,000, you know, that kind of thing.
Right. And at a certain point, they claim these bad guys will just erase the password. And so you cannot get your stuff. So it's a race against the clock.
Yeah. It's awful.
Yeah. It's the worst.
All right. Well, thank you, Adam, so much for your time today.
Yeah.
And,
thanks, everyone.
We will see you guys on our next video.